What is up, YouTube? And we are back with another video, Sonic King Fit. And guess what? I'm bringing you guys some seated vertical press behind the neck. And so I kind of gave you the intro right there with the way I'm seated. And we're going to take this barbell behind our neck. Now, I've heard a lot about this exercise. And after doing it, it's all real. And I understand that there is no scientific evidence that proves it. But when you do this exercise, and I'm just going to put a kind of buyer beware. If you're a beginner, don't start with this exercise. This is a very difficult exercise to do. As you can see, that's the first set I did right there. We just loaded the bar with 135, so a plate on each side, and we just gave it a go. Now, I have done it previously. I just didn't record it, but today I was going to do it and get some action recording because I felt good enough to get some quality reps, and I wanted to dive deep into it because there's a lot of swirling rumors behind the neck. Mike O'Hearn swears by it. And as I've done it today in this recording, I am in agreement with it. This is a very effective exercise. It's a compromised position exercise. You're very compromised in it. It's similar to JM pressing, but I'm going to say this right now. You will gain a lot of power doing this exercise. So if you've been debating about doing it and you're unsure about it, and you know, your jury's out on it for you and you're not sure about it, go ahead and do it if you can. If you're a beginner, I would start with the barbell because that's heavy enough. And if you really want to try to get past that stage, then maybe some 10s or something, maybe some 15s. 25s will feel really heavy on you. I'm doing 45s, and I've been doing it. This is like my third time doing it. This is the first time recording it. It's heavy. It's effective. And I know 135 looks like, you're like, oh, he's just playing with it. Guys, that's heavy. I'm telling you right now, 135 is heavy. Some guys can get up to 2.5 plates on that, but I'm just starting out. So it feels good on your back. Your shoulders take a pounding, but it's great. It really, you really load up on it and get stronger on it. So that's probably the big reason why I was doing overhead press and failing at 225, but barely almost getting there. It's because I was doing this, but I wasn't recording it before I come to the press and record that for the internet. But I'm definitely going to incorporate this into my daily regimen, or my 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week, seated press behind the neck. I eventually get with doing the standing, but this is like my third or fourth set. You see, I added the 10s, 155, and I just wanted to get it up 4 times. I was trying to go for 5, but I was like, I'll just see how I can handle a 5th rep at 155. And I'm telling you, it was a ton for me to try to get that up. Once you get behind the neck like that and you're trying to come back up with it, it's really all tricep. It's tough. It is truly that tough to bring that barbell back behind your neck to the front side or above your head. It will gas you. It will beat you down. It will exhaust you. You will be out of gas. Your tank will be empty once you hit that final rep, because it is tough to just consistently take that barbell. And I'm taking it past 90 degrees on my elbows. So it's tough. It's tough, but it's great. It's a great feeling. And you definitely get some gains with it. And I know the science doesn't back it up, but there's a reason why the powerlifters get after it, that's for sure. So all in all, I love doing it. I definitely will add it. And I just kept this workout pretty short. That was 170. Is that 175? Yeah, that was 175. That was the last set. So I went from that right into the incline. So my shoulders have already had a pounding. And so right then we said, well, you can see the seated press right next to it right now, because I went pretty much from the seated press to the incline bench, which is just one piece of exercise equipment over. So that's pretty much the reason why I did it, because it was simple and it was right there. And so we went right into the incline press, incline bench, and it's 245 on the bar. And lately I've been getting it between 8 to 10 or 8 and 9. I haven't quite got 10 yet. But today, after doing seated behind the neck, I was only able to get it for 7. So a little surprising for me, but that's kind of the way it works when you do heavy compound movements. Sometimes you hit a home run with it. Sometimes you're just tanked. So we only got 7, but we moved on to 275. You guys have seen me hit that before, so went ahead and got going. I was trying to get 5 reps on it, but we were only able to manage, I believe, 4. But anyhow, we got it done, and I was feeling super pretty yoked at that point, because to go from a seated behind the neck press to a incline bench, that's probably pretty difficult transition if you're talking about 2 compound movements back to back like that. So it's not like I'm going from seated to bench or seated to, something else, but seated to incline, I'm telling you, that worked me over pretty good. And so we're up to 295 on the barbell, and right now we're just trying to hit it for 1. Yeah, at this point I wasn't as confident as I usually am on the incline bench because of the seated press. That gassed me pretty good, but we weren't going to shy from, getting under the barbell and taking our chances, because I feel confident about that with myself. And so right here we're at 315, and you see I got a spot, which I kind of graduated from that, but after doing that seated press behind the neck, I just thought it'd be safer to just make sure if I run into any complications, somebody would be there, because 295, even though it went up, I did feel like 315 might give me issues. So I just took the safe routes, precautionary measure. As you can see, we got the 315 going, and I like how pure I hit it on my chest, because as long as that bar is coming up even, I know it's going to come up. So we got that spot not needed, but needed. You know what I mean? So we did what we had to do. We're going to get to some commentary. So you guys sit back and relax.
Boy, Sonic King Fit Man, back for another pump reveal and a review of the workout I just did, same day. So you saw me doing the seated press, and you saw me do it behind the neck. Then you saw me doing some incline benching. Those are pretty much the 2 exercises I did today, and they worked pretty well, because the incline was kind of tough on me because I'd already worked my shoulders pretty good from the behind the neck press seated. So, but I'll say this about the behind the neck press seated. Number 1 is underrated. Mike O'Hearn swears by it, but actually I'm starting to believe why. The behind the neck press seated is really effective. I don't know if you guys know where JM pressing is, but it's just like that, except it's seated and it's vertical. So it's a lot harder than JM pressing. So I'll say that for sure. This was probably the reason why you saw me do 225 overhead, but didn't quite get it, was probably because of the behind the neck pressing. A couple weeks ago, I did a couple sets, just kind of like checking it out. And I think those were the results when I went to the standing press that I failed on at 225. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I'm probably gonna hit the 225 the next time you see me. The next time I post a video, it'll be the 225 overhead standing, and it will be a good lift. All because of the seated behind the neck press. I think it's that good. I'm definitely gonna add it to my workout for sure. Eventually I'll start doing it standing behind the neck, but seated for now is good. It's a very good exercise. And I know the science gurus and the folks who do science on working out for your body and stuff say it's not effective. There's no real science-based evidence that says it does anything for your body. I'll say this though, behind the neck is a very compromised position. So if you can control that barbell behind your neck and crank it up for reps, it's going to give you a lot more control and a lot more power. Even though the science doesn't reflect it or say it, all that kind of stuff, I'm telling you guys, it's there. It is there, and there's a reason why you see guys doing it. So It's not very effective for building muscle because typically guys who do it already have a lot of muscle in their, their traps and in their shoulders and in their neck. If you look at the video, you can see some of my veins in my head are starting to pop out because I'm straining that hard. So it's a really good exercise. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I'd probably give it like a 9.5. Not so much a 10 because you're seated, but it's very effective. I'll say that. It's very effective exercise. If you can handle the barbell like that, when it's loaded like that. You saw me do it at 135, 155, 175. If you can handle it loaded, and you've really got to have a handle on the barbell with weight to be in a compromised position like that, then I would try it. If you're not seasoned in holding a barbell in a compromised position, you're gonna have to work up to it because it's not easy to do, even for 1 rep. The first time I did it, yesterday, I also did seated behind the neck yesterday as well. I almost lost control, and it was at 135. So it'll give you some control. The more you do it, the more you build, and it's definitely gonna work your triceps. If you look at the exercise, the way I was doing it, I was taking it past 90 degrees. So I would get it here, and I would go further down. So I'm taking it way past the 90. So I was really feeling the stretch in my shoulders, and you're definitely going to feel it in your lats and your, not your lats, but your back, just in your lower, down in here. It's a really good exercise, and it's going to give you some power, that's for sure. Because once you take a compromised position like this and go real low, maybe I should do it back to the wall. You go real low like this, you're going to build a lot of power to explode. So that's the great thing about behind the neck, is that you're going to build a lot of power on the explosion. So it's going to increase your bench. It's going to increase your vertical presses. It's going to give you a lot more power with heavier lifts. And there's a reason why power lifters do it. They know. So overall, it was great. And you saw me do the 315. Guys, that was tough on the incline bench because I was pretty zapped from the behind the neck press. You guys saw me do 245 for 7. I usually hit that for 8 or 9, and then 275 for 4. Been kind of consistent on the 4, trying to get to 5 still. And 295 for 1, that's kind of what I've been doing consistently. I have hit it twice, the 295 for 2, but today was 295 for 1, and then the 315 for 1 with a spot. And usually I've removed the spotter on the 315 lift, but today I feel like I should just be careful and, just exercise caution, because I didn't know if I'd have it or not, but somehow we pulled it off. So kept the exercises light today, so more gyms, more information. You guys, I hope you're subscribing to the channel. I'm still dropping dimes, but overall, great workout. And this is the day before a weekend, so it's pretty light for me. I usually go really, really, really hard towards the end of the week. I think I might have did maybe 80 to 100 pull-ups today, but but just keep subscribing to the channel. Drop your comments, drop your likes. Tell me what you thought about the video. Tell me what you think about seated behind the neck. I know a lot of people are real leery of it because it is a compromised position. But like I said again, if you are able to handle the barbell loaded with the weight on it, and you move it delicately, then you probably can handle this exercise. Just because you can move a lot of weight doesn't mean you can handle this exercise, okay? If you're always taking heavy lifts with a spot off the barbell, somebody's helping you getting it off the rack, this is probably not the lift for you, okay? You should be able to handle heavy weight by yourself to do something like this. So just keep that in mind. If you're always using a spot and somebody's always helping you unrack it, not yet. You ain't ready for this. Unless you want to just go light and try to work your way up. But I started out at 1 plate, 135. You may think that's not a lot, but trust me, when you're doing it seated behind your neck, you can feel the difference. So, subscribe to the channel, man. We're gonna drop another gem, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like, drop a comment. We'll see you on the next one.